Frannie Denman stood at the sliding doors and stared beyond the glass, the porch, and the dunes. She didn't belong here, not at the beach, and not in this dreary February world. Angry crests foamed out of the churning, steel-gray Atlantic and rode the waves to a cold shore swept by a frigid wind, the same wind that whipped up the sand and tossed the tall, weedy dune grasses. An occasional super gust shook the house. She touched the glass as it shuddered. A lone man moved along the wooden walkway that crossed over the dunes between this house and the beach. With slow, determined steps, he hunched forward as he fought the wind. His jacket and hooded sweatshirt were inadequate, plastered against him by nature. She watched him, wondering if he'd end up at this door and what she would do if he did. But then he descended the steps and disappeared below the house to the parking area. Cutting through, no doubt, getting away from the shore and using the houses as a buffer, instead of continuing to take the wind on head first. This was an inhospitable place, and it matched her dark mood. Why was this house and Will Denman's life her responsibility? She couldn't manage her own. How was she supposed to help anyone else? She turned to face Mrs. Blair. "I am sorry about this." "So you said. Repeating it doesn't change anything." The woman gathered up her purse and a bulky tote bag brimming with cleaning supplies. "I'll get the door for you. Let me help you with that bag." Mrs. Blair stood taller and scowled. "No, thank you. I've been finding my way in and out of your uncle's house for nearly 15 years. I can manage one last time." "Yes. Again, I'm sorry." She clasped her hands together. "What about the broken lattice? You said you had the name of Uncle Will's handyman?" Mrs. Blair stared with accusing eyes. "On the fridge. Name's Brian." Frannie followed her out. At the top of the stairs, she clutched the rail. With her free hand, she held her sweater closed at her throat. Cold, salty wind blew her hair across her face and stung her nose and cheeks. She wished it could also blow the self-doubt from her brain. If Uncle Will ever returned home, what would he say about Mrs. Blair being fired? She was a cleaning lady, yes, but one with a 15-year history. If he did come home, it wouldn't be soon. More likely, never. Back inside, she dialed the thermostat down, leaving just enough heat to keep the pipes from freezing. Had she left anything undone? No, there wasn't much to the place. Her uncle's furniture had no particular style or age. Strictly thrift shop. There was no elegance, no shine, not even the customary beachy wicker or white rattan. It was a retired sailor's home. Captain's Walk, he'd named it. This house was small, only a ranch style, but it was oceanfront and thus had a grand name. This house, inside and out, was unremarkable except for the observation deck. The deck was unusual, perched halfway up the roof near the end of the house. But this time of year, well, with a veritable gale blowing, the idea of sunning herself wasn't appealing. "It's just a house. No interest in dolling it up." Uncle Will had said that to her a year ago when they'd met for the first time. One meeting out of a lifetime of opportunities, and only then because he'd called and asked her to come see him. She'd visited him again after that and had meant to return sooner, but she hadn't, and now he wasn't here. Magnets secured bits of scribbled paper to the front of the refrigerator. One magnet listed local emergency numbers. A smaller green magnet had a bank name and number. Another advertised a pizza delivery place. There it was. Brian Donovan. His name and phone number were written in large block letters on a neatly torn square of paper. She disliked talking to strangers, even over the phone, but she got lucky this time because the voicemail answered. "Mr. Donovan? I'm Will Denman's niece. Grandniece, that is. My uncle is ill and he asked me to take care of his house. I understand you do handyman work for him? Would you please take a look at the lattice on the west side of the house? Send the bill to Mr. Denman's post office box." She gave the number and finished with, "I'll see you get paid." Done.